Hey friend, have you ever wondered what the very best sexual positions are? Well, stay tuned. We'll find out. Welcome back to the Road to Happiness podcast. We're Josh and Cassie Spurlock, your hosts, and we're thrilled that you're hanging out with us as we look at what the Bible and neuroscience has to say about your happiness. We want to do a shout out to our sponsor, My Counselor Online, the leading provider of Christian counseling online. If you find yourself in a season of life where having somebody come alongside you to navigate the obstacles between you and experiencing the fullness of life that Jesus designed you for, the Christian counselors at My Counselor Online would be thrilled to serve you, your marriage, your family. Check them out at My Counselor Online and stay tuned for the episode. Hey, we're continuing our series on feeling sexy. That's the book Cassie and I wrote that consolidates 13,000 hours of sex therapy into a very practical how-to guide for you on sexual confidence and sexual desire. And it is a no-holds-barred kind of...
Yes, we didn't hold back.
That's right. At the risk of whatever sort of
all the risks
feedback you
Yes.
get, we did not hold back because we want to have real talk conversations that are helpful, the kind that we have in sex therapy when couples are coming and they're trying to navigate challenges or achieve goals in their sex life. Well, we just go there and work through all the things. So we wanted to bring that same attitude and mindset to this book and just going there and having real talk about all the things. Yeah, and today we're looking at chapter 18. It's Sexy Twister. You guys remember that?
Uh-huh.
That game?
That game where you flip the little thing and then you... Was it just me or was that always kind of a kind of game?
I know, it is, right? Especially, in like youth group or,
Yes.
That sort of thing.
You're like, we're holy, but we're also aware.
Right? For sure. And I want to think about, what are the best sexual positions? Got any guess? You want to take a stab at what the best sexual position?
Like for me personally? You want me to wrap myself out?
Well, maybe. What you said, though, kind of captures where it is that we want to go with this. That the best sexual positions are very personal in nature. Like what you enjoy and what is best for you is going to be different than the next person. And it's going to vary over the course of a lifetime and adapt and evolve as you have different seasons of life, right? But what works best during pregnancy may not be, may be something different than before pregnancy, post-pregnancy. What you experience later in life when you have less flexibility, less mobility, may be different than it is at a different season.
Yeah, or if you have an injury or some kind of other limitation, or, even just thinking of like the different body shapes, the different heights, all these different things. When I think about it, I feel like God was like, craft your own adventure.
Absolutely. And I think that's if there's a spoiler alert or high level takeaway for the episode, it's that, first of all, there aren't any right or wrong sexual positions. Like there's not a Christian God ordained, these positions are permissible.
Gosh, yes. I remember being a young woman and somebody told me missionary was the only acceptable position because that's how God made bodies fit together and it kept your eyes on each other.
Do you want to rat them out?
Oh, no, I'm not going to rat them out. You know who you are. The person who told me that is not listening to this podcast.
There's all sorts of bad information that people get.
Yes.
Right? About what the scriptures say and what God's thoughts are around this. And I can just tell you, you can go back to the Bible. Like we care about what the scriptures say in this podcast. I have an undergrad in biblical languages because I believe in the scriptures and believe they're God's words to us, direct us in life. And so, we have read the scriptures cover to cover. studied it deeply in its original languages.
Yeah.
And I can, you don't have to take it from my word. You've got a Bible and you should check out the Bible yourself. But I can tell you, as somebody that studied this, there's absolutely nothing in the Bible that would rule out any sort of sexual positions that you would want to experiment with or be curious about or explore with your spouse. There's three things that set the parameters for a Christian sex ethic. We repeat them all the time because they're so important. Is connecting, is what you would try and experiment with consensual, right? Meaning that both you and your spouse emphatically are in an agreement to try or engage this without pressure, without demand, without coercion.
And let me also say, you can be nervous and emphatically in agreement.
Absolutely.
A little bit of excited, awkward, anticipatory nervousness. That's normal.
Yeah, it's normal, and it's actually necessary. That you can't engage courage and you can't build confidence without experiencing insecurity.
Yeah.
Experiencing insecurity is to be human. It's to be alive. If you've got a pulse, there are areas of insecurity. And anybody who says otherwise or pretends otherwise is just trying to hide and cover up and make up for their own insecurities.
Yeah.
We all experience insecurities around our body, and particularly around this topic of sexuality and connecting sexually. And so to grow and have a really robust sex life, it requires really, three things. Three foundational things, right? It requires friendship, right? That a good sex life is built on a healthy emotional connection. We got to be friends. And then we have to decide that sex is important in our relationship. It matters, right? And we have to be intentional about creating space in our life to engage. That's really all that it takes. It doesn't matter positions, it doesn't matter frequency, it doesn't matter lots technique. All of those things vary couple to couple. And there's no master formula for exactly how to have the perfect, amazing sex life. All it requires is friendship, deciding as a couple that sex matters in our relationship, and being intentional as a couple to develop time to engage that. And as we do that, it means being courageous. It means leaning into vulnerability. It means being willing to try new things. So if we're going to engage in different sexual positions and try different ways of engaging, the key to success in that are simply those things. Right? It's not any specific ability or flexibility, range of motion. Yes. It's not any specific repertoire of things that you might try. It just requires courage and a willingness to be goofy, have something not go as you imagined it in your head.
Because it often goes differently than you imagine it in your head.
Yeah. And that's part of the fun of it.
Yes. It's part of the memory building together and part of the playing and the back and forth. And it requires communication. I'm like every good thing in life.
Yeah. It's, the likelihood of a muscle cramps are certain.
Oh my gosh.
Right? My leg a lock.
Yeah. It's a little inside joke.
Well, the inopportune experiences or body responses or noises or...
the noises. Always the noises.
It's just part of it.
Yes.
Right? And it's part of the intimacy and the vulnerability of growing. And when we have safety with one another, we have safety to be courageous, to try new things and to learn together and have fun together.
Yeah.
And that's really the key. It's not any one particular positions per se. It's whatever you can dream up. So you don't need like an inspirational 101 positions. Nothing wrong with that. I've seen some really cute ones, like these really nice stick figure kind of like, no, that's creative in how they came up with that.
But I think you should shoot for like a 25 one, because after they're just like rinse and repeat. They're like, then turn your body 1/4 and do the same exact thing.
Do the same thing holding a pickle. Yeah,
sticking your finger in the air and trying to get the wind, and then use your other hand to, you know what.
So there's nothing wrong with getting one of those decks of cards or dice, that you can roll with different positions, or come in a tasteful stick figure, kind of not like pornographic, but the pencil sketch kind of try these different positions things. That's all fun and can be nice inspiration and fun date night. Let's try this sort of thing. So nothing wrong with that. But we don't go into that a lot in this, because there's a lot of those things out there and that you can get in access. I think what's more important and what we want for you to get is these foundational principles that really make whatever we try together fun and safe and a learning experience, and something that expands and grows our connection with each other.
Intimacy.
Yeah.
Because intimacy is so much more than bodies.
So much more. I think another piece that's super helpful is to think about a fantasy rehearsal, right? That we build confidence around trying new things when we experiment with trying them in our mind first.
Yes.
And whether that is in just fantasizing, whether that's fantasizing and self-pleasuring, like our building out of our sexual confidence can really start in our mind's eye. And so when we rehearse things that we want to try in our mind in advance, we lay down and prime neural pathways in our mind for doing it. And that practice actually helps us feel more confident when we actually engage.
Because our brain thinks on some level, I've already done this. I know what to expect, what this is about, how I'm going to show up.
Yeah, and it helps us be able to use our imagination, our mind's eye, when we're engaging and connecting also. Like sometimes we can get thrown off by the imperfections of reality.
Yeah, sometimes I think I don't want to go down a rabbit trail a little bit, but as I was thinking about this chapter and I was thinking about these things, we're like, I want to try this position, or I want to try this. And it's like, why didn't that work? That's really disappointing. I wanted that to work. I thought it was going to be fun and cool and all these things. And there can be legitimate grief in that. And that's okay.
For sure. Yeah. And it's okay to allow your mind's eye picture to be present when you're connecting and engaging. Like sometimes, things tend to be way hotter in our mind because we have perfect lighting. It's like Instagram filter.
Yes.
Right? In our mind, we have like an Instagram filter that we apply to the situation. And
in
our posture is good.
I can't hear any children in the background.
Yes. Like all the things, lighting's perfect. Our body is in the posture that we want, and all these different pieces.
Everything's smooth.
Yeah. And, in some ways it's like dancing like that, and for the average person, not like some of the pros like we have on our team, that look polished and perfected. But, for most of us common folk, that when we dance, if we kind of saw ourselves
Oh my gosh.
as we were dancing.
One of my most favorite memes is like what I think I look like when I'm dancing. And it's like this very sexy, beautiful person who's in it.
Lines.
Yes. And then it's Jim Carrey in like
That
in a
tutu.
tutu. Yes. And I love it so much.
Yeah, versus what I actually look like.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. But if we kind of had in our head when we were trying to dance that Jim Carrey picture of ourselves, we'd be so self-conscious that we would not enjoy ourselves. We would be distracted from the moment. But there's something about the being able to get in the move, in the groove, and in our mind's eye, kind of see ourselves like that pro dancer. And it feels good. And it's kind of, it's play. Right? We're kind of like stepping into that role of the pro dancer. And, you know, we may watch a video back that somebody candidly took outside and we're like,
why do you keep looking at me about that? Like,
but why? Like, for pro dancers, they're watching their tape because they're trying to perfect an art. But for the average dancer, there's no value in like watching your video and critiquing you. All it does is to kind of zap away the fun of it, right? And I think there's a parallel there that we can think about when we think about connecting sexually and trying new positions and trying different things. Like it is perfectly okay to hold in your mind's eye the way you want it to look. Right? Yeah. Because the reality of the situation is, in terms of our enjoyment together, it has more to do with our confidence in our presence than it does what we actually look like in the act.
Totally.
Like that's not what the turn on is for our spouse. Like when we feel hot, we are hot. Like in that desire and that arousal is contagious, our spouse. And so it is okay for us to kind of disconnect from a critical evaluation of what do I actually look like in this moment.
That just robs us when we're obsessing about that.
Yeah, we call it spectorating in sex therapy. It's just spectorating?
I thought it was spectatoring.
We're spectating or spectorating or, you know, however you pronounce it.
Spectorating reminds me of when you go to the gynecologist.
Not what I was going for, but whatever, what does it for you, right? But when you're sitting on the bedpost, right, and you're like critiquing how you look and how you're engaging and all that, that's totally unhelpful. But what is totally helpful is if you rehearse in your mind kind of engaging in this super sexy way and how much fun it's going to be and see yourself being bold and being confident and having fun and your spouse responding to you in just the way that you hope. And you have that image in your head and heart and you carry that image into your time of actually connecting. Like you're going to feel more sexy if you see yourself in your mind's eye through the fantasy that you created versus being on the bedpost and spectating about how you actually look in that moment or whatnot. And instead of doing that, you can carry that mind's eye image forward into your time connecting, feel confident, feel sexy, and as you feel that, your spouse is going to respond to that and really enjoy your courage in trying something new and the novelty of that. They're going to be responsive to you being turned on and excited about trying something new. And so in that way, you can really engineer through your own imagination and your own courage a space where you feel really good and confident, and that you both really enjoy the connecting in the experience together. And that's really what it's about. You know, it's a playful, fun space. It's play together.
And if you want to play Naked Twister or, you know, some kind of too naked twister, then that can definitely be part of this
That
strategy.
is perfectly allowed. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. It's always more fun than to learn together and to grow together than just on our own. And so, yeah, we want to invite you back. This next segment that we're going to do is a little spicy. Yeah, like I don't know of anything in the Christian
This
world
is the no holds barred chapter, as if the other
that
chapters were not.
goes, where we go in chapter 19.
Yeah.
So, yeah, come back. It's going to be fun.